Hi, this is Lisa, and I'm talking about PVC pipe. One thing I want to tell people is that you can't measure pipe. Whether it's PVC or galvanized, it's called nominal sizing. So nominal means not quite right with a tape measure. If I were to take my tape measure right here, this is 3/4 pipe, but if you look, it's measuring actually a little bit over 1 inch. And it will be the same thing on the threaded part here. So when you measure that over there, it'll be larger. So sometimes it's confusing for the hardware store. But if you tell them that you measured with your tape measure and when you went across it measured 1 inch, they will know what happened, I hope. And so here again, let them know how you measured it. It is nominal, and that's a secret issue right there that you're going to want to be aware of. So the basics on this, what you have is PVC without threads, and then you may have it with threads. You're going to have things that will be a female without threads, or it may be a female with threads. So with that, I'm going to take you through and I'll show you some of the fittings. Here again, male and female. When PVC is not threaded, they refer to a male without threads as a spigot. Okay, and this is just a belled end. So if you had lengths of pipe going and you needed to put them together, this is where you would attach them and glue from there. The first thing we have is a coupling. So what the coupling does is it'll couple two pieces together. If you don't have that belled end and you have run out of pipe, or maybe you have a leak and you need to join two pieces of pipe back together, this would be how you would do it with the coupling. And here again, if it's new pipe, you can just put on your glue. If it's dirty, you're going to want to use a primer and then glue it. Primer is always a good idea though, and it makes it adhere very well. So once again, we have our coupling. Maybe you're at a point at the end where you're going to be having an elbow need because you'll have a riser. So once again, on a 3/4 right here, here's your elbow. And then from here you would have your pipe coming up and then your sprinkler or a shrub head. All right? We have the coupling and the elbow. You can also get it threaded and slip. So when you come into your hardware store, you're going to want to draw it out. You're going to want to have an idea, is this where a nipple is going to go so that you can put your sprinkler head on top of that. And so you'll want to draw it out. They'll need to know if it's slip or thread. So there's two types of elbows. I showed you a regular elbow, and then we have what is called a street elbow. And the street elbow will go from slip female to male pipe thread here. So this would be a street elbow. Now also you have a street elbow with the spig. Once again, threaded, not threaded. Okay? And once again, you just put those on just like that. So a spig is just like a piece of pipe. Okay, so if it's not a 90-degree elbow, they have like a 90 like this, you can get a 45-degree elbow. And so the 45-degree elbow is a slightly different angle. Maybe you're going around a corner and this is where you may need that instead, not such a 90 but going out this way. There's your 45. There are some specialty elbows, but we'll get into that after we just cover the basics. If you have a different pipe that you're going to be putting on there, maybe you have to increase your pressure. Your 3/4 inch right here has a larger volume, but you're getting to the end, and so if you decrease the pressure and go to 1/2 inch with a reducing elbow, that'll increase the pressure at the very end so you don't have just a little stream flowing out. Always a handy little trick right there. Moving right along, I have a T. Now the T could be, picture this, you have this underground and you need to go into the middle of the lawn, but you want to continue with your pipe. So very simply, you'll have a PVC T, all slip until you get ready for the riser coming up. They also have it where it's threaded in the side right here, like this one. So there's those options. You need to write it down. Draw it out and it'll make it go a lot easier. Alright, so we had our regular T, and again you can get a reducing T. And so we would have 3/4 to 1/2 to 3/4. And also when you start having those risers as you're going along the fence line and you have your sprinkler coming up, you'll need this one to be threaded. So slip, slip, thread, and reducing. 9 times out of 10, the riser coming up will be a 1/2 inch. And that's what all your sprinklers will be as well. So that you can just set them on and screw them on right like that. 1/2 inch is what you'll need. All right, after our reducing elbows, we're going to come on down here to the male adapters. Alrighty, so next we're just going to have a piece of pipe, and we may need to make it easy, and we can make this into male pipe thread. Pipe thread is your common denominator for everything that is out there. And so this is a male pipe thread, and then we have our female adapter right here. So you have threads inside. So male adapter, female adapter, always very handy to have. Next we have a cap. So we'll get this back on here. And so what we have here is a cap, and you may need to just cap that off. And right back here is our threaded caps. Right back here is our threaded caps. This is what you have right here. So maybe you're not sure if you're going to continue on or not. And so you can always have this here, because no matter what, you could always come back, put another threaded adapter here, and then put another piece of pipe and go on later down the road, next year, next month, whenever you need it. But this is an easy way to go right here with the cap. Well, if you don't have that male adapter on there, say for instance you just accidentally hit it with a shovel, you don't have time to fix it right away, you get your primer, you clean it, you cut it, and you could just cap it off. But that's a little bit more permanent than if you could unscrew it. Okay, next you may have a situation where the person delivering the paper or your gardener may have hit one of those risers and broke the sprinkler. Normally, what's happened is the nipple that went into this thread is broken off, and you'll just get an extractor and take that out. So for that quick fix, what you will get is just a threaded plug and set it in there until you have time to fix it up. Okay, and here again, everything has a thread or it can be slip. So it just depends upon your needs that you need. There are situations where you may have a larger size and you need to downsize. These are what you're going to call bushings. So we can get this down to this pipe size here. Not going in, but if we grab that male adapter right here, put that on, you've just adapted this to work with a 2-inch fitting. And as you see, as I'm putting this on, I go backwards. You want to go backwards a tad and then forward so you don't cross thread it. Okay, work it, be gentle. At any rate, so now we've made this 3/4 pipe go to a 2-inch. A bushing, it's a reducer. Alright, we're about done with the aisle here for PVC. One of the items I didn't mention was the cross. And so this might be down in the middle of the lawn. Maybe you're going this way, and continuing on. But your cross will come in handy, and it's going to be usually all slip on these right here. It's not normally going to be threaded here because it's just making a junction for every pipe going each direction. And that's going to be about it. We may have some specialty fittings that we'll go over later. Other fixes, if it's not threaded or you don't want to glue it, we have compression that we can show you on the next segment of this PVC. So if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Hit that button right there. And that'll help us out to help other people out as well. And then you'll be reminded if you subscribe when we have our new additions that keep coming on. Have a great day.